Hello and welcome back to Sarah's Spare Corner. My name is Sarah. I am the host of Sarah's Spare Corner. Sarah's Spare Corner encompasses gaming, as well as arts, crafts, and various different forms of creativity. Additionally, I like sharing theories, concepts, and ideas as I am a philosophy major, and when I am not poor, I might travel places, and I might post about it. We are back again with a 1-week review on the Switch 2. Here's where we're at currently. I'm gonna kind of go over my first initial thoughts that I said in the first video and then kind of talk about what I feel right now. So first thoughts, was it worth the cost? For me, I bought the Nintendo Switch 2 for the 4K upscaling, and specifically so I could play Zelda in 4K. So right now, actually, I just started the Zelda timeline on my streaming channel. So if you want to watch the first video, it's uploaded on my YouTube channel on the live section or in a playlist. But anyway, does it live up to the hype? Well, some people say there is no hype, so keep that in mind. I was pretty hyped. And I'm going to say that so far, it has definitely exceeded my expectations. First of which is I want to address some things that I had some questions about that I really didn't feel super comfortable with. In the middle of a multiplayer stream that I did with Mario Kart, I did try to connect some old JoyCons from the first Switch into the new Switch. I had a little bit of a technical issue at the very beginning. Couldn't seem to figure out how to connect my old JoyCons to the new console. I don't even know if it's physically possible. I know everything online says that it is possible, but I'm starting to think that's just a fat lie. So thanks Nintendo, which I take a note of that, just saying. And even though I had problems with it, I looked it up online and you can actually connect OG JoyCons to the new Switch. And here you can do the changing the controller grip in order. This is where you would be able to, in theory, connect your OG Switch console controllers. For me, though, it didn't work. And I just tried again, didn't work again. So we're just gonna move on from this. For some reason, I just couldn't connect mine. Maybe it's because they're just stubborn. I don't know. But it is a possibility. But USB controllers also work too. So that's what I ended up doing is for my multiplayer stream, used the 2 individual controllers and then I used a USB controller in order to play multiplayer with my friends. But apparently you can play with the OG Joy-Cons. So if that's a concern for you, don't worry too much about it. I am told though, apparently there is more cases of drifting and OG Joy-Cons are kind of a little clumsy. I don't think that has anything to do with the console. I think that's just because the Joy-Cons are old tech at this point. Okay, next thing that I wanted to address. Mario Kart was okay, I would say. From what I understand, because I don't have Nintendo Online right now, I'm missing out. Because I thought it was a possibility that you could maybe free roam in Mario Kart World with, like, say, friends and family. Because you can free roam in single player, but I thought it was certain that you could do it in 2-player mode. Turns out you can't. Maybe we do free roam now, and we come back to racing afterwards. Wait, how do we join people? Hold on. Change character. Wait, well, hold on. Well, what if you guys try to add? Like, can you press buttons? How do you do multiplayer? Okay, hold on. That's not it. Because I was pretty sure you can free roam with friends. So you'd have to only free roam online. That would be another stupid decision Nintendo would make. Multiplayer. Okay, now that we can battle versus knockout. How can we not free roam together? What is this, Nintendo? Ridiculous. Okay. The only place that you can do it is if you're on Nintendo Online, you build a server room and then people join your server room and then you can free roam together. Kind of. You don't get the opportunity to free roam with the same family. So this is a little thing that I find a little strange because if you think about it this way, you get a bunch of 8-year-olds who want to play together, right? But they go over to their friend's house to do that, but they can't all free roam together unless they have 2 separate Switches. I don't know. It may be like a very small detail if you don't really care about that, but I kind of did find that a little annoying because I did want to explore the world with my friends. And so it was kind of disappointing when I had my friends over for multiplayer that we just couldn't free roam. So we did end up doing everything else. Like there were 5 other options to play with for friends, but it was still kind of like, Nintendo, really? But at least the Joy-Cons are a non-issue, because that was something that really bothered me during my stream. How is performance? Well, I put in a game that historically has always started sweating on my OLED, and it instantly did what it was supposed to do. Clip here. I will say the mechanics in terms of like how fast things move is pretty good. I've played quite a bit of this game before, and I know how slow the movements are. Everything's quite smooth, which is a little bit different. So it's not like I think Nintendo has upgraded this game, or even the people who made this game have upgraded it. But, because like there's very clearly signs to show that this is like really questionable. I mean, like, look at these poor Tropicans running around. Like, these dudes look so low res. But I think it feels better. Like, the game runs better. That's what it has really going for it. Just want to see how clean this is or is not. So that's what we're kind of doing right now, is just testing out how well this game makes things, basically. I'm already noticing a difference because this game, when I would play it and build too much at a time, my OLED would just start sweating. Instant.
I sometimes
not even
wonder
a question.
about your final. A good deed.
Look at that. Like, that was
Performed,
so
no
clean.
doubt.
Every game that I put in, there were different levels of quality increase, but I would say every game I did see a little bit of quality increase, except for Republic Commando, because has that game always been broken? Oh my god. That bro just died. Wait a minute. What is going on? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh my god, these controls. These controls, what is going on?
Here are your orders. Your primary target is the Geonosian leader,
Oh.
Delta lead.
Okay, this is why I never play this game, because it's literally broken. Oh.
Delta lead, are you alright? You just took an anti-infantry round. Your vitals don't look very good. Heal yourself with Vector before you go any further.
How?
There's a medical station in your vicinity.
Huh? Why are these controls so broken? Okay. Like, I've never played it before, but that game was ridiculous. But in terms of every other game that I put in, there wasn't one where I was disappointed. There were a couple where I was like, you could have done better, but that might just be the game itself, not necessarily anything to do with Nintendo. From what I understand, the Nintendo Switch 2 does have a unique capability within its Nvidia chip, where it has the option to upscale previous games into its 4K upscaling, or at least at 1080p. And I definitely saw that in many occurrences in video games. I found that on the particular stream that you'll probably find up here. But here are some clips now to kind of show you a quick example of what I'm talking about. Okay, well, we tested out the game so far. I think so far we're doing really good. I like the upscaling on this. It looks pristine. Like, it looks like it was made for this console. So good to know where you'll wear. Looks really good on the Switch too. Yeah, I'm like, obviously it's not perfect, or it's not like, you know, crystal clear, but for a 2019-2018 game on a Switch 2 console that's 4K AI upscaling, I'm kind of impressed. Mario.
Hello.
Oh yeah, we don't even have to play the game. We could just look at Mario here. So we definitely see some jankiness even around his mustache here. It looks pretty good on the Switch 2, not gonna lie. Like, this screen looks great. Now, to be fair, this is a game that was refurbished for the original Switch, but the AI upscaling, I think, is really playing a lot to this as well. Okay. So what are we thinking so far of the palm tree in the corner? So I do see a little bit of jaggedness on some of the curves. Like if we're looking at the sign at the top there where it says Nook Inc. and Deserted Island Getaway Package, there is kind of a jagged edge on those straight lines. And I do see like the little thing off to the side there, that blue holder, that also looks a little jaggedy. The computer in front of the Timmy and Tommy looks a little jaggedy. That being said, though, this does look really good on like what I'm seeing, and I hope you guys can see it, that I'm seeing it too, but it looks really, really good. Oh, look at that logo. That looks so crisp.
Researchers of ancient technology.
This looks so clean. Like their figurines, even just the textures of like the papyrus behind them.
King Room of
Oh my gosh, look how clean this looks. This is crazy good. I am actually shocked how clean this looks. Oh my god, I can't wait until Age of Imprisonment. It's gonna, or Age of Imprisoning, pardon me. It's gonna look so clean, because this game is several years old and was made for the Switch 1. Oh my god, look at the fire. I mean, you can see some of the jaggedy ends, but it really doesn't matter because it just looks good. Look at that water. So good. Oh, already sold. Already sold. This looks so good. Oh my goodness. But the cutscenes I remember are being like, ugh. They're kind of like the Wii cutscenes. Which if this is from the Wii U, that makes sense. So clean. Oh my god. Oh, this looks so good. Okay, it's not as clean as I was hoping. But it could just be the way that certain things were designed in this game and not necessarily anything about the Switch 2 capabilities. Do you see those DK hairs? Oh my god. I would say the clarity is 10 out of 10. And the other reason why I'll say that is look at his character in the corner where the hearts are and also the symbols. Very clear. I don't even see a riggedy edge anywhere. I do notice a difference already in this game. It's cleaner. That's the best way I can describe the look. Graphics in here. I mean, again, N64 graphics, but there is this smoothing effect that's added to all of the rigid textures, I would say. Okay. Oh my god. Wait, why does this actually kind of look good? Wait, why can't I go? Oh, I have to press R to go? In the Switch, they have AI 4K upscaling. And then there is also the Nintendo Switch online version of this game that also provides 4K. So it's gonna upscale, but we don't have that version yet. So I would really like to get it at some point. I just don't have it right now. And so I just wanted to see what it would look like without it. All right, here's my thinking so far. It is very clear to me that this is not the 4K version. You can kind of see the jaggedy ends even around some of these pillars here. The jaggedy ends are still there. You can kind of see it. But then around certain things like the hearts at the top there, they look really defined and clean. So there is certain things that are upscaled even without the 4K version. Like even the words at the bottom there, move, controls, camera, like those look cleaner. Okay, without 4K upscaling, this actually looks pretty good. I mean, it's not amazing, but this isn't that bad. I feel like I'm getting in a trance watching that. This is just the basic Breath of the Wild game. And I wanted to see if the AI 4K upscaling would apply regardless. Those circles look like hexagons. I will say this. Even though this is without the upgrades from the Nintendo Switch Online, I can already see like a slight difference. I'm not saying it's like amazing, but I can tell the difference is there, which says a lot, I think, about where the game is at. Which is kind of impressive, because this is without the upgrades to Breath of the Wild. So this is just basic Breath of the Wild. You can also, though, I've noticed, and I noticed this when we did Tears of the Kingdom as well earlier on this stream, you can tell the graphic, or like the original graphics, a little bit more because of the upscaling. It's a little bit clearer, which I could see why you would want the upgrades then to not look at Link like he's like just a bunch of squares, you know? What is that glitch? Whistle sprint? Like, can you do that? All right, here we go. How is this cut screen? I think this cut screen is worse. And to be fair, this is without the 4K edition, right? So, but I really feel like this looks worse. In fact, it kind of made me want to go back and play some of those games that I've never played before, or I have played before. In other circumstances, some games didn't do as well, I would say. Maybe Animal Crossing would be one of them. It definitely had quality, but either way, I found some unique capabilities there. Other things that I found interesting about the Switch. The Switch has some interesting capabilities. It has updated all my logos of the particular games that I have played in the last like week, and I don't know if it's because they talked to those particular developers and got new artwork back, or these were the original like JPEGs, if you will, that were uploaded and the Switch one just couldn't handle the upscaling, or it's the AI built-in capacity. Not sure about that. When you go into your settings, somebody told me. So here in this section, it tells you specifically if you want to start charging around 90%. This option is specifically so that it can preserve the battery life of your console. If you didn't know about this, this is something that maybe you want to look into, but obviously no pressure. There are also other options, such as if you want to make your Switch black or white. It doesn't matter either way to me. I think I don't know what my Switch is on, to be honest. I feel like it's white, but like, I don't know. And we're in the Nintendo Switch now. Some things to look over. There's featured items. There's a search in a browser, which shows you also played by friends, which is kind of fun. Then they also have genres, simulations, game playing styles, which also provides you with more games that maybe you want to play online, cope with friends. Then we have catered recommendations for us, which is a lot of fun. And they will refresh every Saturday, which I actually haven't tried this yet. Wait, why does this look bad? And then we also have our wish list, which is a lot of fun. From what I understand, that the Nintendo Switch store is much better than it used to be. Not as broken as it once was, which, to be fair, there's not a ton of games that you could really break the Switch store with, but it's nice to know that my first option is not porn. So there's that. $6.49. Oh, but this was the OG one, which means the graphics were kind of questionable for the Switch. The game chat option is, I think, from what I understand, is something that I could try if I wanted to. I don't really have a need to chat to anybody with a webcam. That's just not me, especially while playing games. But I can understand that maybe for family that might be fun. I feel like maybe for long distance relationship couple partners that might be fun, but for me, I don't find that there would be a place at all in my life for it. But who knows, maybe that might change. Now, there is kind of a reason why I haven't really spoken about Mario Kart in this video. It's kind of because for me, Mario Kart has always been more of like a multiplayer game. I think when I was a little kid and I really wanted to get good at N64 Mario Kart so that I could beat my siblings, I would play play it. But as a game by itself, it's just not my style, but I do really enjoy it. I did really enjoy it. And I think that it might have a place some point in my future, but I think after 3 days of playing it for several hours, I think I was Mario Kart out is the best way to put it. So that's why we're not talking about it so much in this game. Is it's not to say that it's a boring game. It's not. I got it for $50 because I got it with the bundle, so I don't regret that. It's just, I've just never been a hype Mario Kart person, I guess. Except for when I was like a really little kid and I'd play the N64 and Double Dash. And then I think as soon as it went to the Wii, I just didn't care anymore. So that's just a personal thing. But again, it's not a bad game. I enjoyed it with my friends. I think what really did it for me was the knockoff tour, which is basically a level up station. Everybody has to hit a point, and if you don't make a placement at that point, then you're just kicked out. And I had a lot of fun doing that with my friends. And now we ask ourselves the question, is it really worth, the amount of money I spent for it? I mean, yes, maybe you shouldn't have spent that much money on it, but yes, I think so. And I think after a week, I still feel that way. I felt that way when I bought it. I feel that way now. I feel very happy to have the Switch 2, which, I mean, when I was a kid, I really liked the idea of buying console. And then when I got older, I was like, meh. And now as an adult, I feel like I'm circling back with that, which is very exciting. I think the biggest thing that it does for me is the fact that I bought it for the upscaling 4K AI. And so for me, if the Switch were to fail anywhere, that would be where it is. And from all the examples, and from my own personal experience, it was worth it. Is it worth it for you? That is only a question I think you can answer. But I hope this video helped you a little bit. Interested to see more? Again, if you want to see the rest of that video, it's in this corner here. And in a month, I will also be doing a full month review of this Switch. And that way I can kind of go through my complete thoughts later on. Honestly, it might be the same thing. Who knows? But either way, I'm going to do it. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to my channel, my name is Sarah. I am the hostess, Sarah's Spare Corner. Sarah's Spare Corner encompasses gaming, as well as arts, crafts, and various different forms of creativity. Additionally, I like sharing theories, concepts, and ideas as I am a philosophy major. And when I'm not poor, I might travel places and I might post about it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye now.